All right, you know what it is. Diddy's been exposed. Everything's been happening. Diddy, they done took your mind off the election. You're thinking about Diddy, 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 Diddy. All right? Now sit back. I want to know in the comments, what would you do if you was Diddy, and how would you handle this situation now? What would you do if you was Diddy, and how would you handle this situation now? All right? All right, Unique Mecca Audio, man. I want to know right now, what would you do if you was Diddy? Biggie said it best. More money, more problems. Now, this man got $1 billion. So you rat bastards, correct me if I'm wrong. They gonna say he got 800 and something million. He don't quite, come on, you rat bastards. Do you have $800 in your pocket? You know what I mean? So just shut the F up. Now, matter of fact, cop the mercy, shut the F up shirt. Look in the bottom of the YouTube joint. Now, check, right? Diddy is sitting there, and he's going through all this. So we're going to have to bring Russell Simmons into this. What Russell did, if he was Diddy, you know, because they were trying to put him in a Diddy situation, Russell ran off to another island that don't have no extradition, you know? That's one. What would you do if you were Diddy? Would you go out, you know, guns blazing, or, you know, tell on everybody? You know, if you was Diddy, you know, you allegedly got all these secret sex tapes, and you got everything to bring everybody down to cut a deal so that you ain't got to do a day in jail, and you ain't got to lose $1 with the feds. What would you do if you was Diddy? Would you tell on, you know, allegedly Jay-Z, you know, allegedly Meek Mills, allegedly Justin Bieber, Usher, Cuba Gooding Jr., you know, Jamie Foxx, and everybody else that been to his parties? Because, you know, that's what they want. They don't want just one black man. You know what I mean? Just like, you know, because we ride. You know, we ride. Just like they don't want just one drug dealer. When they pick you up for selling drugs, they tell you, we don't want you, we want the bigger fish, you know? So now, Diddy right now is the biggest fish, because he's into social media. But there's other people with the bag up there with him. Picture this, right? Let me give you all a scenario, because I feel like riding. Let me give you a scenario. Imagine, this is imagination now. You know, Unique Mecca Audio, just imagine it. Imagine if Diddy had a tape with Kanye West, #1 hated for everything. Imagine if Diddy had a tape with Kanye West in a compromising position, and they said, look, we'll cut you a deal. We just need you to testify about the details, what happened when Kanye was in here doing the freak off. Imagine, right? Can we just do a little imagining now? Imagine if Diddy had a tape with Barack Obama, because you know he ran with Barack Obama. Imagine if Diddy had a tape with T.D. Jakes. Because you see they got pictures with T.D. Jakes. And they told Diddy, give us T.D. Jakes and Barack Obama full testimony, full cooperation, and we'll give you immunity where you won't be charged with a dime. You'll go scot-free, but we'll get 2 for 1, and we happy with that. Would you do that? You know? Now, he got big shoes. What would you do if you had to wear a size 15? No Diddy. What would you do? Imagine all your friends became your foes. Because you see 50 Cent up there talking about, where Diddy at? Where Jay-Z? He not answering the phone. That shit was funny as hell. I got to admit that. You know, round of applause for 50 for that. You know? Yeah. Where Diddy at? He not answering the phone. That's like, yo, I beat you. You ain't beat me back. You know? Now, would you tell on Barack Obama and T.D. Jakes if you was Diddy? Because he might have tapes. Not saying he do, so you rat bastards don't go spreading nothing. But what would you do? You know, that's what this is all about. What would you do if you was Diddy? I'm going to walk around New York City later on today, and I'm going to ask random people, what would they do if they was Diddy? And then I'm going to bring it to you and let you know what my people in my city say. You know what I mean? So that's where we at. So we know that Diddy got, you know, celebrity secrets. And he allegedly have celebrity tapes of these secret acts acting out. Do you know how much, you know how Homeland Security, the FBI, DEA, IRS, you know how they're going to blow the internet when they start leaking what they allegedly found in Diddy's house? When the evidence come out, because they have to let it out because they call that freedom of information. That's FOI. You write freedom of information, you get what you want. So now when they start releasing this, because you see how King Vaughn is dead, because we riding. You know, we riding. You see how King Vaughn is dead and they bringing up all these tapes that he didn't want to go in, a pod with this one and that one and, all this stuff that's coming out now from, the Cook County Jail. How they get released? That's the question you're going to have to ask yourself about the Diddy tapes when they start coming out. People is going to have all kinds of tapes. You think they're going to go to Patreon and get paid for it? Or you think they're going to throw it up there? Check it out, man. Gunshots for the rat bastards, Eastwoods. Now, that was at the Diddy party. Now, you're quiet, right? I'm not here to tear, my brother down, but evidence would tell all. I'm not the judge nor the jury, and neither is you on social media. Because you judging on social media, me judging sitting here from behind my comfortable chair, is not worth crap. Let's just say that. But now, the way y'all are tearing the brother down, we talking about putting him in a cage like R. Kelly. So put it in the comments, because I already know. You already know if he's guilty of these crimes, you already know that he must serve, his punishment. But how much time you think Diddy should get? Put it in the comments how much time you think Diddy should get. What would you do if you was the judge, the actual judge in this case, and not a YouTube judge, and you had the power to sentence P. Diddy? What would that sentence be? Put it in the comments. This is all a comment show today. I want to see what's going on. Would you give him 10 years? Or maybe even 5 years? Would you give him 30 years like R. Kelly? Not saying that he should or he shouldn't. I'm asking y'all. Or would you give him life in jail? Or, would you castrate him and lock him up? Oh, let's get a good one. Now, imagine if you're the judge, right? You're the prosecutor in this case. And you ask, Diddy, look, this is what it is. You a sick dude, allegedly, from what they're accusing you of. You could go do 30 years with R. Kelly. Or we could castrate you so it never get up again and we never got to worry about these alleged allegations coming up. Would you give up your nuts to keep your freedom? You see where we at with this? The reason why I asked that, right? Let's ride. The reason why I asked that, because we used to always say in jail, damn, dude, you in love with your girl, you actually all that, you know what I mean? And, you're doing a life sentence and, you all in love. You think she ain't gonna screw nobody while you gone, and you think her life gonna stop while you gone, you know what I mean? And be like, yeah, my girl lawyer like that. I said, okay, well, let me ask you this. If the judge told you that he wanted one night with your wife that you love so much, you know what I mean? That's so loyal, and you're loyal to her. If the judge said that he wanted one night with your wife, would you allow it for your freedom? Or would you say, nah, I don't want you touching her because, I wait to win it on appeal, or I die in prison on this life sentence before I let another man, much less you, touch my wife. Would you give your wife up for your freedom? And I bet you I know the answer, because a lot of you rat bastards will give your mother up for your freedom. So I already know you'll give your wife up for your freedom. But let's put it in the comments and see where we at with that. Is freedom worth the secrets he has on others? Is freedom worth the secrets that Diddy had on others? Should Diddy keep his secrets to himself and wear the rap like the street code says, that's not compromised? Because you don't tell on anyone, dead or alive, you know? But now, should, because we know Diddy's not a street person, you know what I mean? So we already know when he come in, there's going to be a whole lot of Nita Bakers going on. There's going to be a lot of Nita Bakers and Mary J. Blige going on, Patti LaBelle, you know what I mean? Everything under the sun. Because they're going to bring him in for questioning. They're going to bring him in to show them the evidence that they found in the house, or where they're going that way. They're going to tell them, we got this person, that person on tape, so we got this person, that person on tape. We already know we got you. You a big fish, so we doing great. But we'll cut you slack if you give us Barack Obama, Jay-Z, TV Jakes, Jamie Foxx, and, of course, the most vocal person from our generation. I'm talking about Kanye West. You know what I mean? Pay attention. He's also been allegedly, by Gene, he has a CI. All these things will play a factor of unpredicament, right? Exposure by the use of the punishment of black men to control the narrative of black entertainment. What's really going on? We got to look deep into this. Because the way I see this, right, I feel like riding. I'm riding. This is riding Wednesday. Now, let me ask you this, right? Here goes Diddy. He got his back against the wall. He got secrets on everyone. Those are bargaining chips. Those are get out of jail free cards. Because the feds don't care about no one man. They put the pressure on the one man they feel that he on the top, because they expect him to tell on all the underlings or the cohorts, you know what I mean? AKA co-defendants. So I want to know, what would you really do if you was Diddy right now? Would you give up Barack Obama? Not saying that Barack Obama is guilty or anything, I'm not even saying Diddy's guilty. Right now it's all allegedly, because he ain't had his day in court yet, and you already know it says all man have the right, to be, innocent until proven guilty. Y'all already condemned him. But now, if you was Diddy and you had a chance to turn in these men, would you do it? Put yes or no. Or would you go down like Unique, you know what I mean? And just wear yours. What would you do? Because it's crazy that, because like I said, I'm riding. It's crazy because when I came home, people was mad at me for being stand up. People was mad at me for not being a rat bastard. It blew my mind. I went to prison. When I went to prison, me, Jimmy Fingers, Lou Sims, Lou Hobbs, you know what I mean? All of us, Big JR from Chicago, Booby from the Booby Boys, Kaz and C-Dog from from California. When we all went down, we did what the law required on the street, and we shut the F up. We thinking we doing the right thing, and that our comrades and our society and our hoods is going to welcome us back with open arms, like we were soldiers that went out to war and we came back with a badge of bravery and stand-upness. And when we come home, they say, oh, you niggas is fools. You should have told on everything that breathed, including Michael Jackson's pet monkey Bubbles. What the hell is wrong with you dudes? This is not the way life works, they told me. Life works that you tell on anybody to get yourself out, is what they say. And I'm like, I could never do that. My brother's dead. They offered me to put everything on my brother and tell him what happened, and I refused to do it. Please, Somebody put in the comments and let me know where you at with this. Because I'm real confused right now. If you was Diddy, would you run to the island with Russell Simmons? Or maybe even get your own island like Russell Simmons? Or would you stand here and fight something you know you can't win because you was already pronounced guilty on social media? Everybody named Mama is watching, so they got billions of views on all these puffy conspiracy theories. Billions of views. So where are they gonna get a juror that don't know about this situation? When it done hit mainstream, when you got Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace is covering the Diddy joint. You know what it got? You know who you got to be or what you got to be. In order to make it on Nancy Grace lips. Once you hit there, you mainstream, you big time. In other words, you food. You know what I mean? As we say in the hood, you food. You know what I mean? They're going to eat him alive. Now, if you was Diddy, right, and you had a young lady like Cassie that you was with for 11, 12 years, you thinking everything is good, and then she leaves you for a trainer and said, I don't care how much money you got. You're not paying me enough attention. You don't really give a crap about me, she says. And she leaves it for another man. The money runs out, and here she go. Now she come and she say, yo, I'm going to expose everything unless you give me 25 million. Diddy in his feelings, so he said, hell no, I'm not giving you nothing. You know? He said, okay, if that's the way you want it. Then next thing you know, she files it in court. She files it in court, and he sees the allegations that's in there, whether true or not. And he said, whoa, I gotta cut the nuts off this shit real quick before they cut my nuts off. You know what I mean? That's what Diddy said. Hey, they're gonna cut my nuts off. Let me cut the nuts off this shit. You know what I mean? How much she wanted? 25 million? You know? I'll give it to her. Done deal. We made a deal. And then Cassie Lloyd said, nah, nigga. Nah, you don't get away that easy. The 25 mil was before you made me pay that $5 filing fee in the court. Now I want 100 million, you know? And he's like, okay, I'll give it to you. And he said, you agreed a little too quick to the 100 million. I want 120 million. You know, this is how the negotiation go, you know? And he's like, I give it to you. Please stop, leave my nuts, stop, let's just cut this off right now. And she gets her money. Now, after she gets her money, she turns around and then she goes to the FBI and cooperates to get him life in jail after she done took his money and go make sure that the feds take all his money because now they're trying to link it to a drug charge. They even said that Puffy had a drug mule. This man got a private jet. I had cars that had all kinds of secret compartments and stashes in the car. So you tell me that Diddy couldn't have a stash on a jet to hide the drugs that he'll pay a young European, aka white boy, you know, to bring him drugs on his private plane. Let's look at some of this now. So y'all put in the comments also, do you think the drugs that dude, Brandon, whatever his name was caught in the Opelika airport the day they raided Diddy's house? Do you think that drugs was for Diddy, or you think that was for his personal use? You see what he looked like, you know? Now, I'm going to give you one. Diddy is leaving the U.S. and he's going to Russia where they love blacks like Jesus. And you already know Putin would love to take Diddy in just so he could thumb his nose at him. You know? So Russia's a thought. Russia's a thought. But then, let me say this, right? I think, and y'all put in the comments, there's all comments for y'all. I think that Donald Trump is so disappointed in the justice system that once he get in office and, you know, he becomes president, I believe he'll pardon Puffy. Do you think that Trump will pardon Puffy? Talk to me now. What you got to ask yourself when you make a decision is, has Puffy been eating Trump's back out? Because Trump don't forget nothing. Let's keep that right. Do you think that Donald Trump will pardon Puffy when he get in office. He already said when he get in office, he's pardoning all the people from the January 6th so-called resurrection. He's running his campaign on pardoning the men that stormed the Capitol. And the people are still behind him, supporting him. You see how they support their own? But y'all say, oh, you're supporting Diddy. No, I'm not supporting Diddy. I'm supporting our culture, our race, the same as they're supporting theirs. Donald Trump already have over 90 charges pending right now in court. And he's running for president with a lot of support from his people. Look like about 98% support from his people because nobody paying that no mind. Diddy hasn't been charged with a crime, but yet he's convicted by his people. Somebody explain that to me. I'm a little confused. You know, I've been going 26 years, so I'm just walking back out in this. Like I said, when I went in, you know, yeah, we had, O.J. Simpson, you know, he allegedly was guilty of sin, but we rolled with him because he was black against the system. We had Rodney King, who drove a Hyundai. And this is when Hyundais just came out and they was $5,000. I bought like 5 Hyundais and just gave them away back in the day. That's how cheap they was. If I like the female, here, take a Hyundai. You know what I mean? Oh, you did me good this weekend. Take a Hyundai. You know? I mean, this is a Hyundai. But Rodney King went over 100 miles an hour eluding the police on camera in a Hyundai. That cost $5,000. And we supported Rodney King. Now come on and, you know, Diddy is under fire. You know, he's under fire. You know, can't stop it. They're actually doing like they did back in the 17 and 1800s. You know how they burnt the witch at the stake? Do you consider Diddy a witch and he should be burnt at the stake? Just a question. My opinion is not even in this. I'm just asking you. You know, they used to burn witches at the stake. And right now it's like they burning Diddy at the stake. You can take a pile of stones and build shelter, or take that same pile of stones and throw them at a man. And right now, social media is throwing boulders at Diddy. Who think they right, who think they wrong? You know, because for some reason, when a black person is alleged of a crime, he should go to jail for the rest of his life. But when another race is alleged with a crime, his people support him. Look at George Zimmerman. We saw what George Zimmerman did. Old black boy walking through my neighborhood with a hoodie on. You know, he don't even belong here. He got the nerve to have a hoodie on. He got to be doing something illegal because he don't belong in our neighborhood. And he cut him down, allegedly, in cold blood. And then he went and George Zimmerman put up a GoFundMe page. And when he put up his GoFundMe page, he raised I think $500,000. So again, you rat bastards, correct me in the comments what it was that George Zimmerman raised. Somebody look it up and put in there what he raised. And you tell me if Diddy was to do a GoFundMe now, how much you think he'll raise? You see where I'm at with this? Now, I'm going to just tell you this before I go, because I don't think y'all really ready for where I'm at with this. Cop the book of Raw in Harlem. My man Red, Big Red got a book out, right? I just helped Big Red put his book out. I'm going to bring Big Red up here, and we're going to talk about, you know, his book, so y'all can see his book. I don't even remember the name of it. I'm the one that put it out. Ain't that a shame? I'm going to get Big Red up here to talk about his book, so you can understand that, you know, this is how gangsters help gangsters. You know? I don't want to be the only one eating, you know? Just like, you know, in the rat bastard world, none of you guys want to be the only one to go to jail. It's like if I go to jail, I'm taking you too. I remember, Ron, let me ride. One last ride. I remember I used to go around stealing emblems off cars, you know, like the Cadillacs and the Lincolns and the Buicks, you know, and the Chrysler. Back in the day, they had little emblems on the car for what the brand was of the car. And we used to go around and pop them off, and it was just hooked up with a little wire coming through the hood. and you pop that joint off, and it was a place that we took them on 116th Street, you know, so you rat bastard said, oh, you telling me they sold them on 116th Street 50 years ago, nigga. You know what I mean? The owners are dead, the store is dead. But let me finish my story, because you always got to check a rat bastard before they even come at you with the foolery. Now, we used to take them and sell them over there. So you take 20 M-rooms, and we were a little kid. I'm talking about, I was about 10, 11 years old. We take 20 M-rooms and make $100. And we just took it from everybody. Now, this one Puerto Rican kid gets caught, and, you know, police go by his house and question him because it was his father we were sending him through. So we go check the Puerto Rican kid, and he tells me, yo, and he laughing when he do it. But I'm a kid, I'm 10. He's laughing, like, yo, the detective came over here yesterday, was asking about them M-rooms we've been taking and selling to my father. You know what I mean? I said, I ain't taking no M-rooms with you. You know what I mean? He said, yeah, but we sold them to my father. You know what I mean? I said, okay, so what do we got to do with that? I'm the one that went out and took those M-rooms. He said, yeah, but, you know, I told the police you was the one that took them, and you're the one gave them to me, that I gave them to my father, so the police coming to see you. I went right in his mouth. Boop. He said, you know what I mean? And whooped him right there in front of his house. His brothers and sisters jumped in, tried to jump me, and now my brothers and sisters had to come in and jump him, all because that was my first encounter in the criminal life with a rat bastard. And that's why I say don't get involved in crime, don't get involved with running the streets, because when you do that, you don't know what's going to happen. It's not worth it. So stop it, y'all. Let's stop it. You know? But, you know, that's how that go. You know, that man didn't want to go down by himself, so he told on everybody. Do you think Puffy going down by himself? And before you rat bastard say, what are you going to tell me, you going to this, you going to that? Would your ass go down by yourself? Or would you use those tapes as leverage? Diddy was in an era where certain kinky things were normalized. This has been going on before Diddy. All this, what they call it, these freak-offs. These freak-offs was before Diddy was even born. You know what I mean? We can go all the way back to, you know, John F. Kennedy and Marilyn Monroe. This is the president. You know what I mean? Got Marilyn Monroe singing "Happy Birthday to You." You know, this is the type. This was before Diddy. You know, but they didn't throw him to the wolves. Now, right? They changed the rules of the game, and now all past endeavors are on the table based on more and more and more allegations. Is that justice to you? Put it in the comments. It might be. It's a question. Is that justice to you? And I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to tap out because I've been on here long enough, and I got things to do today. The weather going to be nice. Might take the slingshot out of something to enjoy my freedom after 26 years. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. All right?
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
What?
Fresh out the can of 26,
yeah.
He back on the strip, getting back in the mix.
Yeah.
What he mentions a gift.
Right.
You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this.
Real.
Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube you could go and visit.
Yeah.
Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn.
Real.
Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whiny. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the road men.